found these floating in the ocean last night, picked them up, and figure I'm going to do the responsible thing and throw them out. But before I do that,
I'm gonna enjoy the helium, the helium. La 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 la. You know what I mean?
oh, it's pretty good. Wow, I'm going to sound like a chipmunk. So, not too much going on. Just sailing along, still heading to Florida. Took a little break in Georgetown for a little while, did some work. Get the boat up and ready. Oh, added a few things, like my solar panel. I haven't hooked it all the way up yet, but at least it's in place. Flying my freaking colors. Flying my flag. But yeah, just out here, 5 knots of wind or so, just putting along. At least we're getting headway. I still love doing this. So anyway, but yep, there's my view for the day. Not too bad out here. So look what I've got on my line today. Baby crab. Tiny little baby crab. Come here, little buddy. Come on. Come on. I'll put you back. Come on. Look at this crab. Little baby crab. Come on. Come on. I'll toss you back into the sea, mate. Come on. Come on. You're running away from me. Come on. Come on. Oh. Yes, just walk onto that. There you go. Just walk on there. There you go. Bye-bye. Back home. There was another one up here, too. I don't know where he went. Pretty cute little crabs, though. Pulled a bunch of them. I guess a small bunch ended up in the anchor line when I pulled it up here on deck. Looks like some kind of sea lice too. Shrimp. Small shrimp. Ah, here we are. There he is. You too, buddy. Come on. You alive? Yeah, you're alive. Come on. Come on. Check out this little guy. He's playing dead. He's alive though. See? Back home. Back home you go. So I took the steering collar apart and turns out it is a sheared bolt. So the next fun is going to be getting down through here to get into the lower part of the boat. So I had to do a few home improvements. I'm going to use, make a hatch with this little guy. Definitely not built for a big guy. Now see, it's so much easier to access. I'm going to make this piece removable. So this is now an entryway to my stern locker area. So if I get any problems with the hull, anything goes wrong down here, I can fix it. Plus I can tighten those motor mounts that were put on the back for that outboard. And do any work I need to do down here. Instead of just screws, we can put nuts and bolts on everything and make it tighter and nicer. I like to be able to access every part of my boat that I can. So, didn't want to do this, but it made me. Got to put the steering quadrant back together. So, that's what we got. Now it's Fat Man access. For now, what I've done is I drilled that out. Of course, the hole's not perfect. I was a little off-center. So, that's life. If I want to, I can make it bigger and thread it. But for now, I'm going to pin it, because I don't think this had threads. I'm not sure. Yeah, it did have threads. Well, either way. Right now, it fits in there. So I can always go buy a bigger bit, true that, bigger bolt, connect it all. So, either way, it works. It'll work now. So, we're just going to get this thing ready to rock and roll. But yep, lower part of my steering quadrant. Don't know why he used board inside here. I would not have used board, but this is the inside motor mount access. So now I can get to these through hulls. I can get to everything down here. Engine bilge area, fuel tanks, all that stuff. Yay! I have access to the inside of my boat. Most importantly, a whale pump. If it needs work, I can get to it. So, yep, definitely an improvement. Something else we noticed we got to replace through hull fitting. The coupling there is good. This is rotted out. So, yeah. Still pretty solid, but rotted through. I'm going to have to replace that or plug that right now because I'm not using the engine. That's the engine's exhaust and all that. So, yeah, that's the outflow for the engine. So that's not good. Yeah, replace all this hose and everything before I use the inboard motor. Check all them through hulls. Good thing they're above the waterline. All these are above the waterline. That's the nice thing. They're just drains right at the stern. So, right at the waterline, but above. The waterline is actually down in here. So, that's good. So, no drain plug was available. So, I used some expanding plumber's foam. Best thing I could think of to seal it off. Did a good job. Keeps water out. I added some latches to the door. Make it really removable. New pin, bolt, modified for the steering collar. With a nut this time so it could be replaced. And I saw Sam Holmes modified his door a little, gave me an idea for my door. I now have half butterfly doors, which I like much better. And used my grocery getter to run around town, get a few things. Stayed in Georgetown for about 3 weeks there. Just running back and forth, getting parts for the boat. Sitting around and enjoying some of the other boats, seeing what's in the area. Some nice power boats. Especially like this one. And I found another Columbia 34 Mark II hiding behind that boat. And this one just was kind of interesting looking, so I decided to take a look at it. But yeah, Georgetown was pretty nice. My friend Miguel, that I still owe money to the boat for, stopped by. So yeah, it was pretty nice. Got to see him, on his way back to get his catamaran. And I found out something interesting. Come June, I believe they said, all these boats are not going to have a place to be for these commercial boats because this company here sold their business. They're going to turn it into housing here. There goes more housing on the waterfront. And theirs is what Georgetown looks like on my Navionics. So they're thinking of moving those boats over to here and changing this warehouse facility. It's been kind of sitting since 2017. But also the steel mill they're giving pressure to redevelop this area and turn it into more housing on the waterfront. So this whole area is going to get dredged come June and worked on to make way for stuff like this. So it's more, nice and make it so that there's less transient spaces and spots for people, that live on their boats. And a lot of them are actually pretty nice. Some are just pretty trashy. But yeah, it's kind of what they're going to turn that whole area into when it's done. So if you like this nice open area like I spent a couple of weeks in, the way it is, and the jobs there, I think they'd want to keep those. But that's apparently going to change starting June of 2023. And it's their business, but, hate to see places change like this because I like how they look natural. But yeah, flying my flag, enjoying the rest of the trip. So enough of that. Just enjoy this. So time to head back out to sea and keep heading south. Where things don't really change too much. I got a problem with change. So, yep. Time for some more enjoyment.